Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to Dr. Hidayah and all my fellow friends. Today, Group 10 will present the importance of Muslim-friendly tourism in the context of Fiqh consumerism. Start from now on, our boy will conduct the journey.
Welcome to Consumerism. We are very excited to introduce Consumerism as the one-stop provider for all your travel needs and requirements. Thank you for believing and choosing us as your tour assistants for today. Here I am introducing to all of you your tourism assistances.
Fatin Iza Atirah binti Kamarul Zaman Hasan. Nur Fatin Fitriah binti Nordin. Nur Fatimah Huwaida binti Saharudin.
Now, I will explain about our travel schedule. First, we will travel to Malaysia. Second, we will explore Brunei. Next, we will spend a night at Indonesia. As we go travel together, we will learn the importance of Muslim-friendly tourism in the context of Islamic consumerism.
Introduction. Tourism. According to Cambridge Dictionary, travel means to make a journey, usually over a long distance. Pelancongan bermaksud melakukan perjalanan, biasanya dalam jarak jauh. Some tourism categories including ecotourism, pelancongan berkaitan ekologi, ekosistem, agritourism, pelancongan berkaitan agriculture atau pertanian, sport tourism, pelancongan berasaskan sukan seperti melancong ke Malaysia untuk lawan bola sepak, religious tourism, seperti umat Islam pergi ke Mekah dan Madinah untuk membuat umrah, medical tourism, melancong untuk mendapat rawatan. People travel to other parts of the world for reasons such as leisure, entertainment, sports, medical services, work and study. Pelancong melancong untuk bersantai, hiburan, sukan, perkhidmatan, perubatan, bekerja dan belajar. For example, student travel to study while businessmen travel to work. Contohnya, pelajar melancong untuk tujuan belajar manakala businessmen melancong untuk bekerja. The tourism industry play a significant role in one of the sources of nation's income. Industri pelancongan merupakan salah satu sumber pendapatan negara. Islam encourage its believer to go travel for gaining knowledge, learn from history, enjoy nature and appreciate the creature. Islam mengajak penganutnya untuk melancong bagi mendapatkan pengetahuan, belajar dari sejarah, menikmati alam dan menghargai kejadian Allah. Tourism dalil. Allah encourage Muslim to travel in Surah An-Naml. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Mulsiru fil ardi fanzuru kaifa kana 'aqibatul mujrimin. Maksudnya, katakanlah, berjalanlah kamu di muka bumi, lalu perhatikanlah bagaimana akibat orang-orang yang berdosa. In Surah Al-An'am, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Mulsiru fil ardi fanzuru kaifa kana 'aqibatul mukazzibin. Maksudnya, katakanlah, berjalanlah di muka bumi, kemudian perhatikanlah bagaimana kesudahan orang-orang yang mendustakan itu. Muslim-friendly tourism. Muslim-friendly tourism is halal-conscious tourism because Muslims are closely related to halal and haram concept in all aspects. Pelancongan Muslim-Muslim adalah pelancongan menitikberatkan halal kerana umat Islam berkait rapat dengan konsep halal dan haram dalam semua aspek. Halal refer to allowed things while haram refer to forbidden things in Islam. Halal merujuk kepada perkara yang dibenarkan, manakala haram pula merujuk kepada perkara yang dilarang dalam Islam. In fact, there are more halal things rather than haram. Terdapat lebih banyak perkara yang halal daripada haram. In addition, syubhah is the state between halal dan haram. Syubhah pula adalah keadaan di antara halal dan haram. The major concern for Muslim when travel to non-Muslim friendly countries are halal food, prayer times and facilities such as toilet with bidet and hotel syariah. Antara perkara yang menjadi kerisauan umat Islam ketika melancong ke negara-negara bukan Islam adalah makanan halal, waktu solat dan kemudahan seperti tandas, tinggal bidet dan hotel syariah. Muslim-friendly tourism, on the other hand, called Islamic tourism, Sharia compliance tourism and halal tourism. Islam considered as demanding religion that has more tangible requirements in daily life. Islam dianggap sebagai agama yang menuntut dan mempunyai keperluan dalam kehidupan seharian. Performing prayer 5 times a day, covering aurah and have a food intake based on Sharia are some of the requirements as a Muslim. menunaikan solat 5 kali sehari, menutup aurat dan mengambil makanan berasaskan syariah adalah contoh keperluan sebagai seorang Muslim. So, Muslim traveller need additional products, facilities and services in order to fulfill the requirements. Jadi, pelancong Muslim memerlukan produk, kemudahan dan perkhidmatan tambahan untuk memenuhi syarat tersebut. Some of them are halal food, prayer facilities, Ramadan services, water-friendly washroom and syariah hotel, antaranya iaitu makanan halal, kemudahan solat, perkhidmatan Ramadan, tandas yang mempunyai air dan hotel syariah. With the increasing number of Muslim tourists, there will be a larger demand for halal or Muslim-friendly products and services. Dengan bertambahnya jumlah pelancong Muslim, jadi keperluan Muslim akan bertambah tinggi. Malaysia ranked as the top Muslim-friendly travel country, said Nancy. Malaysia telah dinobatkan sebagai negara terbaik dalam 4 dari 6 sektor menerusi State of the Global Islamic Economy Report 2020-2021 dan muncul sebagai negara teratas dalam sektor pelancongan Muslim-Muslim. Menyedari potensi besar pelancongan Muslim Islam di bawah konsep MFT, Malaysia melalui Kementerian Pelancongan, Kesenian dan Kebudayaan akan terus meningkatkan usaha kebolehpasaran sektor ini, kata Datuk Seri Nancy Shukri. Muslim-friendly tourism in Malaysia. Malaysia is a leading country with Muslim-friendly tourism. Malaysia adalah negara yang menerajui pelancongan Muslim-Muslim. Islamic Tourism Centre (ITC) was set up by the Ministry of Tourism in 2009. Pusat Pelancongan Islam (ITC) ditubuhkan oleh Kementerian Pelancongan pada tahun 2009. In the line with that, Malaysia also recognised with the Halal Hub. Sehubungan itu, Malaysia juga dikenali dengan sektor halal. The Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, JAKIM, Halal Hub Department, is responsible for awarding certificates. Jabatan Hub Halal, Jabatan Kemajuan Islam Malaysia, JAKIM, bertanggungjawab memberi sijil halal di Malaysia. The Malaysian government provide full support in promoting the halal certification process on product and services including restaurant. Kerajaan Malaysia memberikan sokongan penuh dalam mempromosikan proses pensijilan halal pada produk dan perkhidmatan termasuk restoran. Malaysia has also developed its Muslim medical tourism market. Malaysia juga telah mengembangkan pasaran pelancongan Muslim dalam bidang perubatan. The patients are mostly from Indonesia, India, Singapore and Japan. Malaysia has produced many experts in medical services and provide them with advanced medical technologies that aid in the treatment. Malaysia juga telah menghasilkan ramai pakar dalam bidang perubatan dan menyediakan teknologi perubatan canggih untuk membantu dalam rawatan. In the context of Fiqh Consumerism, there are 3 basic of Fiqh Consumerism that are seller or service, operator, product or service, buyer or customer. Consumerism comes in 2 forms, products and services. The importance of Muslim-friendly tourism in the context of Fiqh Consumerism. Kepentingan pelancongan Muslim-Muslim dari segi fiqh kepenggunaan iaitu, first, develop tourism industry iaitu membangunkan industri pelancongan. Easy to find halal food, mudah mencari makanan halal. Easy to find prayer space, mudah mencari ruang solat. Easy to access to hotel syariah, mudah mengakses hotel syariah. And provide jobs to Muslim, menyediakan peluang pekerjaan kepada orang Muslim.
Okay, let's get started with the first importance.
One of the importance of Muslim-friendly tourism is Muslim-friendly tourism can develop tourism industry. What is tourism industry? Tourism industry is the total of all businesses that directly provide goods or services to facilitate business, pleasure, and leisure activities away from the home environment. Tourism industry can bring a large positive impact to their country's economy. Nowadays, halal tourism is one of the growing market segments. And this is the Muslim population chart. The chart on the right is about Muslim as a share of world population from 1990 until the estimation of Muslim population in 2030. And the chart on the left is about Muslim projected to be fastest growing major religious group, which is the estimated percent change in population size of Muslim compared to the other religion. There's a lot of Islamic countries in this world, such as Malaysia, Arab, Dubai, and a lot more. From the chart before, we can see that Muslim population increased by year, and also there's a lot of Muslim in this world. With the growth of global Muslim population, there is a high demand frequency for Muslim-friendly hospitality services. In line with this, Muslim tourism have developed into unique tourism market that will provide new perspective towards the country's tourism sector. This can show that if we develop tourism industry that is Muslim friendly, will not be such a waste to the economy of the country. There are some countries that already developed their tourism industry into a halal tourism. The example of country that already developed their tourism industry is Thailand. Thailand is already known as a place that has beautiful scenery and has become one of the main places for people around the world to holiday. Thailand Tourism Agency has taken a step forward by providing halal tourism in their country. They provide Muslim-friendly facilities including halal food, accommodation, and products. Due to this halal tourism, Thailand have attracted a lot of Muslim people that comes from around the world, especially Malaysian and Indonesia. Thailand also built a partnership with the Islam countries such as Malaysia and Indonesia that is called Malaysia-Indonesia-Thailand Growth Triangle. Due to the halal and Muslim-friendly tourism, Thailand has earned trust from the Muslim tourists. And this is the chart show that on the right, the chart is on the right shows the increment of Thailand tourism. Thailand tourism increased every year from 2004 until 2019. And Thailand also one of the top 10 for Muslim tourists. Next is Malaysia. In order to attract Muslims around the world, Malaysia Tourism Agency also evolved their tourism into halal tourism. Due to the support from the Muslim traveller, Malaysia tourism also become one of the popular tourism that had been chosen by many people. In 2012, ASEAN countries own the largest share of halal market, which is 60%, which is $400.1 billion of market share, and became the fastest growing region in the year. On the bottom, we can look at how much does global Muslim market spend on travel. And also we can see the most popular destination country for Muslim tourists is Malaysia, Turkey, United Arab Emirates. And there's a lot of countries that already have Muslim tourism. In summary, this proves that tourism business have a huge opportunity to provide services and products that follow Sharia compliance to Muslim tourists or traveller and tend to emphasize the importance of characteristic and value that exist in Islam religion. In conclusion, halal tourism can develop a bigger tourism industry for the country and help the country to increase their economy.
Are you all hungry? Let's talk about food.
Easy to find halal food. Halal food. Food is defined as things that people, animal and plants consume to keep on living. Maksud makanan iaitu sesuatu yang dimakan oleh manusia, haiwan dan tumbuhan untuk terus hidup. Food is used as a source of energy to perform life activities. Makanan digunakan sebagai sumber tenaga untuk melakukan aktiviti kehidupan. In Islam, consume food is harus or ibahah because Muslim need the energy to perform the prayer, study, work and many more. Hukum makan ialah harus kerana umat Islam memerlukan tenaga untuk menggunakan solat, belajar, bekerja dan banyak lagi. The consumption of halal food is highly concerned by Muslim because it influence daily activity. Pengambilan makanan halal sangat diambil berat oleh Muslim kerana mempengaruhi aktiviti seharian. If one practice unhealthy diet, they tend to get illness such as obesity, cardiac arrest and high blood pressure. Sekiranya seorang mengambil diet yang tidak sihat, mereka cenderung untuk mendapat penyakit seperti obesiti, serangan jantung dan tekanan darah tinggi. Halal food dalil. Allah said in Quran, all mankind needs to consume halal and healthy food despite their religion. The verses in Surah Al-Baqarah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Ya ayyuhan nasu kulu mimma fil ardi halalan thayyibah wala tattabi'u khutuwati syaitan innahu lakum aduwwum mubin. Maksudnya, hai sekalian manusia, makanlah yang halal lagi baik dari apa yang terdapat di bumi dan janganlah kamu mengikuti langkah-langkah syaitan kerana sesungguhnya syaitan itu adalah musuh yang nyata bagimu. Allah alarm people regarding eating halal foods in Surah Al-Baqarah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu kulu min thayyibati ma razaqnakum washkurullaha in kuntum iyyahu ta'budun. Maksudnya, hai orang-orang yang beriman, makanlah di antara rezeki yang baik-baik yang kami berikan kepadamu dan bersyukurlah kepada Allah jika benar-benar kepadanya kamu menyembah. Halal food dilemma. When there is mix of halal and haram food, bila ada pencampuran antara makanan halal dan haram. When there is food or eateries claim that their food is halal but at the same time they serve non-halal food. Apabila restoran atau kedai makan mendakwa makanan mereka adalah halal tetapi pada masa yang sama mereka menghidangkan makanan yang tidak halal seperti makanan yang berasaskan khinzir dan menjual arak. Some of these mixed food establishments have dedicated and separate kitchens, utensils and storage facilities for halal and non-halal food. Sebahagian dari restoran makanan ini mempunyai dapur khusus, peralatan dan tempat penyimpanan yang berasingan antara makanan halal dan bukan halal. Make sure that the restaurant is able to you assure about these things. Pastikan restoran dapat memberikan jaminan mengenai perkara-perkara ini sebelum makan di kedai tersebut. Seafood-based meal, makanan berasaskan makanan laut. When cooking the seafood, the cook normally use alcohol to eliminate the fishy smell. Semasa masak makanan laut, tukang masak biasanya menggunakan alkohol untuk menghilangkan bau amis. Some also used unknown source of ingredients to season the meals. Ada juga yang menggunakan bahan dari sumber yang tidak diketahui, sumber yang meragukan dalam penyediaan makanan tersebut. No pork, no lard, no alcohol sign. When the restaurant show no pork, no lard or no alcohol sign, that does not make the food halal. Apabila restoran menunjukkan tanda no pork, no halal, no alcohol, itu tidak menjadikan makanan itu halal. They may use another unknown source of ingredient. Mungkin mereka menggunakan sumber ramuan dari bahan yang tidak diketahui status dan sumbernya. The status of the meat also unknown if they serve meat. Status daging yang digunakan juga tidak diketahui statusnya sama ada halal ataupun haram. Halal food dilemma. Kosher meat is a substitute with halal meat. Daging kosher sebagai pengganti daging halal. It is hard to find halal meat overseas, especially in a country with a non-halal Muslim majority. Apabila suka mencari daging halal di luar negara, terutamanya di negara yang majoriti bukan Islam? Jawapannya iaitu daging kosher. Fortunately, kosher meat is easily accessible and is abundant there. Daging kosher mudah didapati dan banyak terdapat di luar negara. Muslims allowed to eat the slaughtered animal by Jewish. Umat Islam dibenarkan untuk memakan daging yang disembelih oleh Yahudi sebagaimana firman Allah. Auzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Al-yawma uhilla lakum at-tayyibat wa ta'amul ladzina utul kitaba uhilla lakum wa ta'amukum hilla lahum. Maksudnya, pada hari ini dihalalkan bagimu segala yang baik-baik. Makanan sembelihan ahli kitab itu halal bagimu dan makananmu halal bagi mereka. Halal food cooked by non-Muslim. Makanan halal yang dimasak oleh orang bukan Islam. Muslims are allowed to eat food by non-Muslim as long as the ingredients are halal. Orang Islam dibenarkan memakan makanan orang bukan Islam selagi bahan-bahannya adalah halal. Hal ini sering terjadi di Malaysia apabila tibanya lebaran kaum lain seperti di Bali, di mana kaum India memasak untuk tetamunya yang beragama Islam. Imam Al-Qurtubi said in his book, Qala Abu Umar, wala ba'sa biakli ta'ami abadati awthani wal majusi wasairi min la kitab balahu minal kuffar ma lam yakum minal zabaihi. Maksudnya, telah berkata Abu Umar, dan tidak mengapa dengan memakan makanan golongan penyembahan berhala, orang Majusi dan sekalian yang tiada kitab, bukan ahli kitab dari kalangan kufar, selain dari sembelihan mereka. Muslim-friendly tourism. The provision of halal food is an extremely significant issue for Muslim as well as restaurants and suppliers that cater to the Muslim market. Penyediaan makanan halal adalah masalah yang sangat penting bagi Muslim, pihak restoran dan pembekal bagi memenuhi pasaran Muslim. Muslim-friendly tourism needs to be established because some Muslims are halal blind. Pelancongan Muslim perlu diwujudkan kerana sebilangan orang Islam masih halal blind atau buta halal. Although they are Muslim, they are unconscious about the halalness of food. Walaupun mereka beragama Islam, tetapi mereka tidak mempunyai kesedaran yang mendalam berkaitan makanan halal. For them, as long as not pork, dog and alcohol, they are edible. Bagi mereka, selagi bukan daging babi, anjing dan alkohol, mereka boleh makan makanan tersebut. In the worst case, they just shut their eyes and enjoy the meal. Also, some Muslims do not understand about halal. As long as they are eating, they are fine. Sebahagian umat Islam juga tidak memahami berkaitan isu halal. Learn from experience. We went to this place called Cheese Barrel in Sand Valley. Upon seeing that our group had Muslim, my friend and I wear a headscarf. One of the staff directed us to carry cheese made with non-animal rennet and recommended this non-alcoholic grape juice to go along with it. Cheese with non-animal rennet. Rennet adalah enzim yang digunakan dalam pembuatan cheese. Muzakarah Jawatan Kuasa Fatwa Islam Kebangsaan bagi Hal Ehwal Agama Islam Malaysia Kadif ke-27 telah membincangkan keju sebagai bahan makanan. Muzakarah telah memutuskan bahawa keju sebagai bahan makanan adalah harus, sama ada enzim yang digunakan sebagai bahan campuran dalam pembuatan keju itu diperolehi daripada tumbuhan atau kulat atau binatang yang halal dan disembelih. Kesimpulannya, cheese rennet itu adalah halal. Tapi persoalannya di sini iaitu adakah restoran tersebut menggunakan perkakasan yang berbeza dalam pembuatan cheese? Dan adakah mungkin terdapat bahan syubhah dalam penyediaan makanan tersebut? We ate mostly seafood and vegetarian restaurant throughout the trip. Seafood and vegetarian restaurant. Is there any syubhah ingredient? Adakah dalam penyediaan makanan tersebut mempunyai ramuan syubhah. If halal or seafood or vegetarian food is not available, I don't mind eating in places that sell meat as long as it is not pork. Seafood and vegetarian restaurant. Is there any syubhah ingredient used? Ada ramuan syubhah yang telah digunakan dalam makanan tersebut. A meat restaurant as long as not pork. The source of the meat must be slaughtered according to Islamic legislation. Sumber daging mestilah disembelih mengikut perundangan Islam. Muslim-friendly tourism. Thankfully, many countries have created an organization to establish halal certification and standardization to ensure food labels are accurate. Banyak negara telah mewujudkan organisasi bagi mewujudkan persetujuan halal untuk memastikan label makanan tepat berdasarkan perundangan Islam. By eating at halal certificate restaurant, Muslim-friendly tourism (MFT). Thankfully, many countries have Muslim-friendly tourism (MFT). Thankfully, many countries have created an organization to establish halal certification and standardization to ensure food labels are accurate. Banyak negara telah mewujudkan organisasi bagi mewujudkan persijilan halal untuk memastikan label makanan tepat berdasarkan perundangan Islam. By eating at halal certificate restaurant can make the tourist secure about the status of the food. Makan di restoran halal, pelancong tenang akan status makanan tersebut. Now, they can enjoy the local and traditional food even more. Jadi, mereka dapat menikmati makanan tempatan dan tradisional. In addition, one should be well prepared and Google for halal restaurant prior the departure to make things easier. Seorang mestilah bersiap sedia dengan mencari restoran halal sebelum melancong. JAKIM Initiative. JAKIM merupakan satu badan organisasi yang bertanggungjawab untuk mengeluarkan sijil halal. Secara umumnya, isu berkaitan halal dan haram ini merupakan isu sensitif terutamanya dalam makanan. JAKIM juga telah diakui oleh Organisation Islamic Country, OIC. Okay. Salah satu usaha JAKIM iaitu JAKIM menyenaraikan logo halal yang diakui mengikut negara. Pelancong Muslim hendaklah peka dan membuat kajian awal berkaitan destinasi pelancongan dengan memastikan logo halal yang betul. Okay. Di sini kita dapat lihat a short list of negara yang telah mempunyai sijil halal sendiri dan diakui oleh JAKIM. Okay. Ini contoh senarai yang telah ditunjukkan. Okay.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Oh, it is already prayer time. Let us hear the importance of prayer facilities.
Okay, so the next point is easy to find prayer space. The issue faced by Muslim tourists while traveling is the need for Muslim-friendly amenities. In Islam, every Muslim is compulsory to perform prayer at the given time. As Allah said in Surah Al-Baqarah ayat 43, establish prayer, pay alms and bow down with those who bow down. As a Muslim traveler, Allah has provided rusa prayers to make it easier for Muslims to travel. Rusa prayer is a facility or relief given to Muslims who travel to perform prayers in Jama and Qasar. A person who travels to a distant destination is required to perform the obligatory prayers in Jama or Qasar and both. So here are some dalils about rusa prayer. First is narrated by Ibnu Umar radhiallahu anhu, where the Prophet Rasulullah SAW said, "Indeed, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala loves when rusa from him is applied, just as he hates it when transgression is done." Hadith narrated by Ahmad. The second one is from Ya'la bin Umayyah radhiallahu anhu. He said, "I said to Umar bin Al-Khattab, there is no sin on you if you shorten salah, and if you fear that the disbelievers may put you in trial, attack you. But now the people are safe." Umar said, "I wonder the same thing, so I asked the messenger of Allah about that, and he said, this is a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to you, so accept his favor." Okay, the next slide is also talk about evidence of rusa prayer in Islam. Allah said in Surah An-Nisa ayat 101, when you travel through the land, it is permissible for you to shorten the prayer, especially if you fear an attack by the disbelievers. Indeed, the disbelievers are your shown enemies. And the last one, hadith narrated by Anas bin Malik radhiyallahu anhu, I offer 4 rakaat of Zuhr prayer with the Prophet at Madinah and 2 rakaat at Zulhafa. Sahih Al-Bukhari 189. What condition for travelers to perform prayers as musafir? There are conditions for travelers to perform prayer as musafir which are travel in 81 kilometers and more. Therefore, travel less than the distance is not taken into account. Next, a person should not intend to stay for 4 days at the destination other than on the day of arrival and on the day of departure. When they are intending to stay for 4 days, the place seems to his bond. Also, the purpose of the travel is not for the bad thing. The issue faced by Muslims when traveling to non-majority country is hard to find prayer room, so they need facilities that enable them to perform prayer comfortably. A prayer rug, a suitable ablution place, and the direction of Qibla are among the necessities needed when traveling. They also need to do research regarding prayer time, since different locations have different time. During prayer time, there must be a clean and holy place to perform prayer. Prophet Muhammad said, cleanliness is half of faith, Sahih Muslim. Therefore, the organizer must ensure that in the area there is a place to perform prayer such as surah or mosque. As we know that Allah loves cleanliness. In Surah Al-Baqarah ayat 222, indeed Allah loves those who are constantly repeated and loves those who purify themselves. Therefore, Muslim tourists do not have to worry and can move from one place to another while enjoying the beauty of nature. There is a part of worship because it is able to increase one's faith. Islam is a simple religion. There is no reason for us to not perform prayers even when on a long journey in traveling. Even if it is difficult to find a holy and clean place to pray, it is not an excuse. Has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given flexibility to Muslims in performing prayer in certain situations, especially when traveling? Therefore, Jama' or Qasar or both prayers are strongly encouraged in Islam for certain situations. Here are some ways people can find Qibla. As we know, it is very easy to access and estimate Qibla nowadays. In fact, mobile phone provide compass mode, Qibla direction, and application for Qibla itself. People just need to connect with the internet or Wi-Fi easily. Okay, this slide show an issue that viral currently, which is Muslim Pro, that the most use the application. We know that Muslim Pro is very useful to Muslims, especially for azan and reciting Al-Quran. But the issue is Muslim Pro are immediately terminating the relationship with their data partners and the selling personal data to the US military. So all Muslims strictly to uninstall this Muslim Pray application. Okay, this is the example of application. In this slide, the statement from Muslim Pro said Muslim Pro already terminating the relationship with their data partners that selling personal data to the US military 4 weeks ago. From the data, they apologize to all users about the concern that this report have caused them, and they can confirm that user data is secure.
It is already night. Let's check into Sharia Hotel.
Next, easy to access for hotel Sharia is also one of the importance of Muslim-friendly tourism in the context of Fiqh consumerism. Accommodation is one of the basic things needed for a tourist or a traveler. Halal tourism is very important to a Muslim because it can help a Muslim to find Sharia hotel. What is Sharia compliant hotel? Sharia compliant hotel is an accommodation service that follow the principle of Islamic teaching guidelines and provide Islamic atmosphere with unique characteristics. Sharia compliant hotel is important for a Muslim when they go on a holiday or travel. There's a lot of hotel in this world, but does the hotel follow Sharia Islamia? Nowadays, there's a lot of app that Muslim traveler or Muslim tourists can use in order to find hotel that follow Sharia. The blue one is booking.com, and on the left one is HHWT that is suitable for Muslim. Muslim-friendly hotel. There are some characteristics of Muslim-friendly hotel. The first one is help their Muslim tourists to perform their prayer. As we all know, as Islam, we always need to perform our prayer 5 times a day or whenever we go for our holiday or travel. The Muslim-friendly hotel will provide their customer a musalla. For example, there's one hotel in Terengganu that provide musalla, and they have time for anyone that want to pray together, like berjemaah. And also, Muslim-friendly hotel will provide a room that have a prayer mat, Al-Quran, and facing Qibla sign. The picture on the right is one of the picture taken in the hotel in Dubai, and the left one is from hotel in Taiwan. They all provide a prayer mat and Al-Quran. This is dalil for woman aurah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sinfani min ahlinna lilam arahuma qaumun ma'ahum siyatun ka'adna bil baqari yadribuna bihan nasa wan sa'un kasiyatun ariyatun mumilatun ma'ilatu ru'usuhunna ka'asnimatil bukhtil ma'ilati la yadkhulna al-jannata wa la yajidna rihaha wa inna rihaha la yujadu min masirati kadha wa kadha. Meaning from Nabi Muhammad SAW, he said that two are the types of the denizens of hell whom I did not see. First one is people having flocks like the tails of the ox with them, and they would be beating people, and the woman who would be dressed but appear to be naked, who would be inclined to evil and make their husband inclined towards it. Their heads would be like the humps of the bull camel inclined to one side. They will not enter paradise, and they will not smell its odor where its order would be smelt from such and such distance, Sahih Bukhari. This is dalil for woman aurah. Uh, this is dalil about a woman that not close their aurah properly. As Islam, as a woman, we need to cover all of the body, all of our body parts, except face and hands. In conjunction with this dalil, Sharia hotel should provide Muslim customer entertainment that follow Sharia Islamiyah. For example, provide a swimming pool or gym that separate between gender. Some hotel they make a private swimming pool for every room, and some hotel they make indoor swimming pool only for women. Some hotel also make separation of their entertainment by gender through hours. Having entertainment that separate between gender will make Muslim tourists more enjoy and relax during their travel and will attract more Muslim customer. Because if the Sharia hotel separates their entertainment by gender, this can help women, especially women, to take care of their aura while enjoy. This is an example of the hotel that have a private swimming pool in Singapore. The third one is Sharia hotel will take note about the things that they will use in the room or even in the restaurant. They should not use the things that are made from the source that is forbidden in Islam. For example, if they want to put a mat in the hotel room, they will make sure that the fur of the mat is not taken from the pig. They also should not serve food that have a haram ingredient to the Muslims, such as alcohol. With this Sharia hotel, Muslim can go on a travel or holiday without have no worries, and they can still travel as Islam. They still can practice as Islam also, although they go on a travel or holiday for a long period.
I know, all of you are tired, but let's hear about the next importance.
Okay, so the next point is provide job to Muslim. Islam is a religion that compels all aspects of life, from waking up to going back to sleep, has been explained by Islamic law. Similarly, from individuals to administering nation affairs is discussed by Islam. The issue of work is one of human endeavor to lead a more perfect life compared to his creatures. Of course, the concept of Islamic tourism involves Muslims because it's based on Islamic legislation. The concept of Islamic tourism provides many job opportunities to Muslims in various aspects. For example, Malaysia had created an organization to establish halal certification and standardization named Department of Islamic Development Malaysia JAKIM. JAKIMs have provided many job opportunities to Muslims, especially those who are expert in halal sectors. Here are some dalil jobs in Islam I have found. Hadith from Ibn Mas'ud radhiyallahu anhu, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The feet of the son of Adam shall not move from before his Lord on the day of judgment until he is asked about 5 things about his life and what he did with it, about his youth and what he wore it out in, about his wealth and how he earned it and spent it upon, and what he did with what he knew." Riwayat Tirmizi. Next hadith narrated by Sayyidatina Aisyah radhiallahu anhu, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah loves someone who when works, he perform it in perfect manner. Min itqan. Riwayat At-Tabarani. Next is hadith from Abdullah bin Umar was heard to say to a nephew of his who had left Al-Wad, "Are you was at work?" "I don't know," he replied. He said, "If you were clever, you would work as your workers work." Then he turned towards us and said, "When a man works with his workers in his house, and Ibn Asim was that in his property, he is one of the workers of Allah Almighty." Sahih Al-Abarani. Next, Abu Hurairah said, "Help the workers in his work. The one who works for Allah will not be disappointed." Example, the servant. Sahih Al-Albani. Okay, this is an article said about the importance of work in Islam by Hedi Mahmud Karyami. The point that I want to highlight is in the paragraph 2, Muslims are required to seek work and to make every effort to do the job well. Another article say about women work in Islam. So what Islam say for women to work. To conclude, it is able for women Muslim to go work as the job is deemed permission in Sharia and the most important is safe for herself. Okay, Muslim-friendly tourism also creates job change. It can be viewed from the perspective of food production in a restaurant. It starts with the Muslim breeders who breed chicken or cows. Then the animal was slaughtered by a Muslim slaughterer. After the cleaning process is all done, okay, the meat will be sent to the next supplier to the restaurant. Then the cooker who cooks the meat into a meal is a Muslim, and finally sent by a Muslim waiter to customers who come to visit the restaurant. Okay, so from this we could see the starting from the process of producing meats to serve in the restaurant and all involving Muslim in fulfilling Islamic law. Okay, so this is an example of the job chain that I mentioned before. So you can see 5 picture. Okay, this is the floor. This slide also give you a picture of the food production in restaurant, but I not read one by one. Okay, I just mentioned it before. Okay, this is an example of Jakim Halal certification that people must have if they want to build some business of organization like restaurant. Okay, but what will happen if Muslim consume haram food? Abu Hurairah radhiallahu anhu in a hadith narrated by Muslim narrated the words of the Prophet SAW related to the consequence of Muslim consume food that is non-halal. One of them is answer period by Allah. Okay, meaning, okay, the messenger of Allah said, "O people, Allah is pure and therefore accepts only that which is pure. Allah has commanded the believers as he has commanded his messenger by saying, O messenger, eat of the good thing and do good deeds. And he said, O you who believe in the oneness of Allah, Islamic monotheisms, eat of the lawful things that we have provided you. Then he Sallallahu made a mention of the person who travels for a long period of time. His hair disabled and covered with dust. He lifts his hand towards the sky and thus makes the supplication, my Rob. But his foot is unfull, his skin is unfull, his clothes is unfull, and his nourishment is unfull. How can then his supplication he accept? Okay, by riwayat Muslim. Okay, so from the above was we understand that Allah commands us to eat food that is not only well sourced but halal because it can affect our prayers to Allah. This is an example of business certification. Everyone who want to start the company or business need to have this. Okay, so the last slide. Okay, in the content of service, the job chain can be found in the tourism sector. It starts from the Muslim-friendly agency. The agency provides an initially by considering the free time. They can collaborate with Sharia hotel where the tourism can stay. Tourism agency also can take them to halal restaurants where the tourists can eat. Tourism industry also can provide jobs to Muslims who make handcraft and souvenir. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
It is interesting, right? Before we end our trip, let's hear the conclusion.
Conclusion. Okay, we are done cover all the importance. So here I want to conclude the importance of Muslim-friendly tourism in the context of Fiqh consumerism. First, develop tourism industry. Easy to find halal food. Easy to find prayer space. easy to access for Hotel Sharia, and provide jobs to Muslim. Obstacle of Muslim-friendly tourism. Some countries are not open yet to introduce Muslim-friendly tourism because of the incidents of 11 September 2001. Beberapa negara belum terbuka untuk memperkenalkan pelancongan Muslim kerana kejadian 11 September 2001. The incident claimed as an Islamist terrorist attack by group named Al-Qaeda against the United States. Kejadian tersebut dikatakan sebagai serangan pengganas Islam oleh kumpulan bernama Al-Qaeda terhadap Amerika Syarikat. The reason why they attack are many, such as US support Israel in colonized Palestine. Sebab mengapa mereka menyerang AS ada banyak. Antaranya sebab Amerika Syarikat menyokong Israel dalam menyerang Palestin. This deadly incident causes numerous death, destruction and Islamophobia. Kejadian ini telah menyebabkan banyak kematian, kerosakan dan Islamophobia. Also, it leaves a trauma to the survivors, victims' family and people all around the world. Kejadian ini telah memberikan trauma kepada mangsa yang terselamat, keluarga mangsa dan orang di seluruh dunia. This event leads to the misconception of Islam as an extreme religion promote terror. Peristiwa ini telah membawa kepada salah anggap Islam sebagai agama ekstrim yang mempromosikan keganasan. 11 September 2001, 4 airplanes were hijacked by the terrorists and crashed into the north and south tower of the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, headquarters of US Department of Defense, and Stony Creek Township. It is not the targeted area, the actual is Washington. Pada tahun 2001, 11 September, 4 kapal terbang telah ditawan oleh pengganas dan telah melanggar keempat-empat tempat yang telah disebutkan. Seperti yang kita lihat, ini adalah situasi di mana kejadian itu berlaku. Act of ISIS and other terror organizations have also affected the global perception about Muslim, and Islamophobia gained more ground in the political scene. Tindakan ISIS dan organisasi pengganas lain juga telah mempengaruhi persepsi global mengenai umat Islam, dan Islamofobia mendapat tempat dalam politik. Muslim-friendly tourism-related issue. United Arab Emirates (UAE) relaxed Islamic law on alcohol and cohabitation. UAE melonggarkan undang-undang Islam berkaitan alkohol dan tinggal bersama. Here, on the 7th November, the digital newspaper article says that UAE allowing unmarried couple to cohabitate, loosening alcohol restriction. Pada 7 November, artikel mengatakan bahawa UAE membenarkan pasangan yang belum berkahwin tinggal bersama, melonggarkan larangan alkohol. The reform aims to boost the country's economy. Pembaharuan ini bertujuan untuk meningkatkan ekonomi negara. For your information, UAE is one of the primitive countries that serve Muslim-friendly tourism. UAE Muslim-friendly tourism success as Dubai nominated as the Islamic Economic Capital of the World by OIC, Organization of Islamic Country. Untuk maklumat anda, UAE adalah salah satu negara primitif yang menyediakan Muslim-friendly tourism. Kejayaan pelancongan Muslim UAE dibuktikan apabila Dubai dinobatkan sebagai ibu kota ekonomi Islam dunia oleh OIC. Benefit Muslim-friendly tourism. Muslim-friendly tourism can encourage Muslims to go travel without worry, so that they can enjoy the trip even more. Next, Muslim-friendly tourism promote knowledge to non-Muslim and community about Islam. The good manner shown by Muslim tourists can clear the misunderstanding or misconception about Islam. As for country, tourists multiple visit can promote tourism industry so that Muslim travel marketing growing. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you for traveling with us. As all of you wake up tomorrow, you are already in your own bed. That is a special service that we provide. Till we meet again, bye.